Hey everybody, I'm Mike Polk and I'm an Ohio voter, and that's not easy. Ohio is the swing state largely credited with putting George W. Bush in office not once, but twice. And now, according to the latest polling, it looks like we're trying to do that again in the form of John McCain. I'm tired of my out-of-state friends blaming me for the condition of the nation just because I happen to be an Ohio voter. I try to tell them that Cuyahoga County, where I live, actually voted about 70% for John Kerry in 2004. You see, the problem is not Northeast Ohio. The problem is, if you drive 2 hours south or west of Cleveland, it's like you're leaving civilization and walking onto the set of Hee Haw. Every 4 years, these slack-jawed mouth-breathers skitter down from their Appalachian Mountain homes just long enough to vote for Republicans and collect their $300 rebate checks, which they quickly blow on Skoal and jerky and brightly colored scratch-off lottery tickets. As involved progressive citizens living in an urban environment, we're sick and tired of being lumped in with these morons every 4 years. And that's why I've made the following proposal. I call it the Mike Polk Ohio Secession Compromise Plan. It's a little wordy. Under this plan, Ohio would be split into 2 states. We would be known as New Ohio, and our territory would reach all the way down here, just under Columbus, and over to the eastern border. Old Ohio would take this form. This is great news for you too, Old Ohio. Because now, without our sense of responsibility and social consciousness gumming up the works, you can do all those things you've always wanted to do, like secure the right to fire guns at each other on children's playgrounds, or repeal women's rights to vote, or who knows, maybe even get the ball rolling on bringing slavery back. The world is your oyster. And we, in turn, can stop being laughed at for being associated with you. Everybody wins. We will retain Columbus as our state capital. Old Ohio's capital will now be Zanesville. Good luck, Zanesville. As you can see, under the Mike Polk plan, New Ohio will maintain ethnic diversity. But Old Ohio will now be almost entirely white, which I know is like a dream come true for you guys. Congratulations! Now, Old Ohio is just the first state name that popped into my head for you guys. You guys can call your new state whatever you want. I've offered a few suggestions here. You guys can be Ohio White, Ohio Classic, you know, like Coca-Cola Classic, that sort of thing. You can be North Kentucky, or you could even be Hooters the State, because I know how much you guys enjoy that restaurant franchise. Finally, you may have noticed that I have depicted an atomic mushroom cloud right here over Cincinnati. This is not a typo. You see, Cincinnati is chock full of loony right-wing religious zealots and hypocrites. Pretty much every batshit crazy piece of legislation that's ever moved its way through Ohio Congress started right here in Cincinnati. You know, like bills that would force people to baptize animals, or homosexuals to be launched into space. They all start right here. So under the Mike Polk Ohio Secession Compromise Plan, Cincinnati has to be completely obliterated. Believe me, this gives me no great joy, but it's for the best. So call your congressperson today and tell them that you support the Mike Polk Ohio Secession Compromise Plan. For as long as I can remember, we've been called a divided state. I think it's time we made that literal.